CL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of our swing.
And now, here are your hosts, Sherry Brown and Tom Lucas.
All right, now, Bill, you said to look in the medicine cabinet. I could find some stuff in there. Did
yeah, apparently there's some kind of a throat spray.
Some sort of throat spray going on? There's something going around here. It's spring, and this is not a good thing.
You know, stay far away from me, Tom.
It's a small studio. I can't stay that far away.
I'm not getting sick.
So it's 10 o'clock, and welcome to the on-air open house. Sherry Brown, how you doing?
I'm doing really well.
Well, you got a special day coming up. Was it Wednesday?
I do, Wednesday.
Yeah, this is for
you.
you.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
nice.
you.
Yeah.
I just got a card.
Birthday.
Is there money in it?
No.
Okay.
No, not your dad.
I turned 29 for the 16th
Really?
time on
Excellent.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
16. 29.
So if you want to say happy birthday to Sherry on Wednesday, give you a call at the office. What is your number at the office, by the way?
604-970-6789. That's 604-970-6789.
And Bill Macklem, you just had a birthday a little while ago.
Yes.
Yeah?
I was 31 for
31,
the
that's
33rd time.
So that just leaves our friend Mr. Dwayne and myself coming up with birthdays
Yes.
sometime before the beginning
End of the year.
Yeah. So it's the Radio Real Estate Show, and our resident accredited mortgage professional is Bill Macklem. You heard him. He's on the show every week. You once described yourself as the guest that came and wouldn't leave. Remember that?
The guest that never left.
That guest that never left. So you've got the update. The mortgage is coming up in just a few seconds,
Yes, I do.
right?
The rates are still scintillating.
Oh, I like that.
Scintillating. And Bill will also be answering your mortgage question of the week.
And later on the show, we're going to be discussing some financing again for seniors. This is an ongoing issue for a lot of people. So we want to talk about that. And we may also get into, if we have enough time, talk about some more about the next question that's coming up. We may continue that process.
What question would that be?
Well, I have to wait till you see the
Okay,
question.
I'll wait.
And Finn Jensen, our Radio Real Estate Home Handyman, is away this week.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm sure he's having a good time. We'll also be joined on this week's program by our special guest, Jill Kivett. Jill is the Regional Director for Marketplace Events. They're currently searching for Western Canada's next home stylist. So we'll find out more about that. That'll be interesting.
And Patricia LaPena, Regional Manager for Legal Shield, will be on the show to chat about problems in the workplace and how you can deal with them.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Holy gee, every Saturday you and Bill come in here and I got problems. Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up, so if you have a question for Bill, go to our website, which is radiorealestateshow.ca, radiorealestateshow.ca. Bill will do his best to answer your question on next week's program.
And Andrea Jacques of Keller Williams Elite Realty will join us to talk about what's happening with real estate in the Tri-Cities.
Mark Perry, our radio real estate voice of the Valley, will be on the line to bring us up to date on what's going on out there in the Chilliwack and surrounding area. There are lots of things going on there every weekend.
There is. It's a booming area. It's now 10:03, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy CL 650.
And it's time for the weekly mortgage rate update with our resident mortgage expert, Bill Macklem, who is president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Bill, you said the rates are scintillating.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Their rates are down to as low as 2.15 on a variable, so that would be like the prime is 2.85, so get to 2.15 means it's a 70.70 discount off the prime. So I had some clients call me. We set them up with a lender, and they were offering certain rates, and I looked at it. They sent it up to me and say, "Hey, Bill, like these rates don't seem very good." And I looked at their chart, and most people don't realize that when you get a renewal sheet from your bank is not automatically giving you the best rates. Most people, I think it's about 80% of people who renew the mortgages renew them at the bank rate, not at the lowest rate, and that's fairly constant across Canada, and has been for the last 20 years. So most people don't get the best rate. So these clients, because we look after them, we don't get paid again. I mean, that's one thing people don't realize is that this is part of our service, that when we renew a mortgage with an existing lender, that's just our service to them. They send me the sheet. I phone the bank manager, happen to know who she was, say, "Hey, can you help these people out and get them a better rate?" She says, "Yes, I certainly will," and I'll call the clients right now. And that's what she did.
Nice.
So that's kind of nice. So that's kind of the service a broker can offer to clients. Now, on the 5-year fix, they're really good, and the 10-year is down as low as 3.84 on a 10-year term.
So if you're still looking for money, now's the time to move.
Now's the time.
Then go call the real estate agent and go find the house you like.
Absolutely.
Get
We
pre-approved,
saw
get
a
the
client
dough.
yesterday. She said, like, what do I do? I mean, one of them, I think it was Sherry that sent us a client. So she came in and we had her pre-approved for a mortgage. She says, what do I do now? We have a homeowner's manual that we do for every client. And we went to page 1, and she'd already done the application and the credit check and to give us some information. And then I said, okay, so now you phone up Sherry and go shop for your home.
Sounds interesting. It's 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Bill will answer the mortgage question of the week in just a couple of minutes. Later on in the program, we'll be chatting with our very special guest, Jill Kivett. Jill is the Regional Director for Marketplace Events, and they have a search on for Western Canada's next leading home stylist. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house, exclusively on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650.
When it's time to make a move, reach out to Redpath Relocations. We are Vancouver's most professional office moving company. No matter what your business, we have the experience to get you into your new space in the most efficient manner possible. Our full spectrum of relocation services will leave you and your staff free to focus on your business. We offer move management, green initiatives, and our promise is to leave you happy. Call 604-945-9910 or visit redpathrelocations.ca.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem. In these busy and hectic times with family and business responsibilities, it is difficult to find the time to sit down with your mortgage broker and discuss all your mortgage options. I'm available to meet with you at your place of work, your home, our office, or at a place convenient for you. Please give me a call at 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663.
CIL 650.
It's the Radio Real Estate Show on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650. Boy, that sounds weird now, doesn't it?
It does.
I don't know what it sounds like on your radio, but it sounds really weird in here. Maybe we should just switch it back to the way it was, because...
Got an echo to it.
There, that's better.
That is better.
Now, you see, people listening on the radios at home are going, what the heck are these people talking about?
Exactly.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't know. Well, it's time for the mortgage question of the week, and we've got a dandy this week, Sherry.
Yes, this week's mortgage question comes from Curtis Robertson of Hope. There's people who live in Hope still.
There's always hope.
And Curtis says, I recently heard the term B lender. Can you please explain what a B lender is?
Well, thanks, Sherry. That's a good question from Curtis. There's a number of different types of lenders. You have your A lenders, which would be your banks. You have your credit unions. You have your what they call one-hit wonders. The mortgage lenders that are online, so there's no physical process with them, but it's non-touchable. I'm having a tough time with words this morning. When you talk about B lenders are aiming at that population that either doesn't have a job, doesn't have credit, are maybe buying a grow-up that nobody's going to finance, past grow-up, ex-grow-up.
I was going to say, what?
Ex-grow-up. You got no proof of income. You know, you might be self-employed, but you've taken your $180,000 and reduced it down to a $5,000 taxable income. So no one's going to lend you money on that. So then you would go to what they call a B lender. A B lender is there's about 95 of them in the province. Those are mortgage investment corporations. They're from one end of the spectrum to the other. So you have one on the island, Fisgard. They have something like $250 million in their fund. I mean, like, it's not like you and I and Sherry, you know, we each put in $1 and we've got this MIC fund. It's like they're substantial. Mm-hmm. You've got Antrim, you've got Cove, you've got Reliable. You've got a number of different lenders that are out there that lend money for other people. And what happens is that you put your money into the fund as an investor, and they'll pay you anywhere from 3 to 5 to 7% annual interest rates. And then they lend it to people like this gentleman here, Curtis is asking about, saying, what is a B lender? Well, that B lender then looks for people who are actually looking for money that don't qualify with the normal banks.
So is a B lender also somebody that gives out private mortgage funds?
That's what you'd say, private.
Okay.
B lender would be a private lender fund. Now, but the other thing with a B lender is that you can also do a B lending with like a home trust or with a MCAP Eclipse, which are all aimed at people who have bruised credit. So the rates aren't quite as aggressive. They're, you know, into the 3.9s, 4.5s, 4.9s, 5.5s. You know, so you're getting that kind of lending. So they have kind of like an arm to do those kinds of things as well. But the true B lender isn't actually a fee lender, which is what the brokers used to do all the time before about 89, 90. That's what they did. Brokers did that kind of lending. They had funds from these kind of investors lending to people that actually needed money.
Well, thank you, Bill. You can get more expert mortgage information online by visiting BillyMac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Thank you, Sherry. It's 10 minutes after 10 o'clock, the Radio Real Estate Show, and time now for Andrea Jog of Keller Williams Elite Realty. She's on the line. She joins us. Let's find out what's going on in the Tri-Cities.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, Sherry.
I understand you're getting a little bit nervous. You have a birthday coming up soon.
I can't believe it's already mid-March. That means end of March. Yes, I do.
Well, not to worry. You're doing a great job out there in the Tri-Cities. And speaking of the Tri-Cities, how do things look out there?
It's been a great week in the Tri-Cities. Today I'm featuring a beautiful and bright open-concept one-bedroom home located at number 303-301 Maud Road in Port Moody. This great home features a large open kitchen with a sit-up bar, top-of-the-line stainless steel appliances, crown moldings, laminate flooring, and fresh new carpet. A cozy gas fireplace and 2 large patios overlooking the Newport Village and the next door park. Find peace of mind in this worry-free building, perfect for investors as rentals and pets are allowed. Just steps away from bus stops, the West Coast Express, and the new Evergreen Line. Take advantage of the beautiful inlet walking trails, recreation center, Newport Village with shopping and dining, and very close to the Rocky Point Park. What a wonderful place to call home for only $268. Come by and check out the open house tomorrow from 2 to 4. Also tomorrow from 1 to 3, the Coquitlam Skating Club is featuring the magical frozen adventures on ice. For tickets, visit skatecoquitlam.ca. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
When you've decided to buy or list in the Tri-Cities, call Andrea Jacques at 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124. Or visit pinnaclegrouprem.com.
It's 11 minutes after 10 o'clock, and coming up, we'll be speaking with our very special guest, Jill Cribbett. Jill is the Regional Director for Marketplace Events, and they're searching for Western Canada's next home stylist. We'll also hear from Patricia LaPena, Regional Manager for Legal Shield. This morning, Patricia will be talking to us about problems in the workplace. And Lord knows we have enough of those, don't we? She'll also tell us what we can do about them.
This is Sherry Brown of RE/MAX Performance Realty with mortgage expert Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, our producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on smooth and easy CIL 650.
Well, let me see if my mathematical calculations work. Is this the first weekend of March?
Yes, it is.
No, yesterday was. Next week, though, will be the first weekend of spring.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah, that's right, because next Friday is spring.
That's right.
And I'm so looking forward to that. Rainfall is in effect. The warning is in effect for today.
And tomorrow, you're looking at mainly cloudy with a 60% chance of showers. And on Monday, it's rain with a high of 10.
And right now, it is 11 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
Radio Real Estate weather is presented by Legal Shield. When was the last time you signed a contract without really knowing what you signed? How many times have you heard the words standard contract and you thought that meant safe? It would have been beneficial to have a lawyer review it first. For more information, visit 247legal.net.
CIL 650. Gonna find her. Gonna find her. Yeah. I've been searching. I'm searching. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been searching. And you know what we're searching for?
No.
Western Canada's next home stylist.
Oh, it was a home stylist. I thought it was a hairstylist.
No, that's another show.
That's another show.
Yeah, but the next home stylist is out there somewhere. They could be listening to the show right now. And we're going to talk a little bit about this. I'll call it a contest. It's not
I
really.
know a lady that they might want to look at.
Do you really?
Yeah, we had supper with her last night.
Did you really?
Yeah, she works out at the Home Depot as one of their designing people.
Well, let's find out if she's.
Might have to do that.
Yeah, I got Jill Kimmett on the phone line. Jill is the Regional Director for Marketplace Events. Jill, good morning. Nice to have you back on the show with us.
Good morning. It's nice to be here.
It's been a while. You've been a busy woman.
You know, the home shows just keep coming.
It just never ends, does it?
It doesn't.
Now, you do a lot of traveling with the home shows. Yeah.
Sorry.
So where do you travel to every year?
Well, I'm in charge of the Western shows, so I'm very lucky to get to travel to Edmonton and Calgary, and we have shows in Vancouver. So we have 7 in Western Canada. So if people like to renovate homes, and we're pretty lucky to be able to help them out.
So it's an ongoing thing.
It is.
It just never ends. It's like this. You have a great contest over at Marketplace Events. I'll call it a contest. I don't know if that's really the correct term or not, but you're looking for Western Canada's next home stylist. Tell us what you're looking for.
Yeah, well, you know what? We have great talent, obviously, in Western Canada, and we're really trying to tap into that. People that are, I use the term, the next Martha Stewart, but I feel like Martha Stewart might be a little old school for this competition. But people that are really into, really into their homes. Really, so when someone walks in and they say, "Wow, did you hire an interior designer?" You're like, "No, I did this myself." Or, they're the people that throw those amazing dinner parties, and maybe they blog about it. They have already got a bit of a presence presence already, but they'd maybe like to take it to the next level. So we're looking for that talent that we can kind of tap into. We want them on stage at the home shows. We want to, to give them a really big social media presence. We've got great sponsors. Urban Barn and Western Living Magazine are going to be on board as well. So whoever we find, whoever the winner of this competition is going to get some fantastic exposure.
So unlike Martha Stewart, you don't need to spend time in jail first.
Oh, hopefully not. We won't judge.
So now, if somebody's listening to this morning, they think, this sounds pretty good. I'd like to enter this. I'd like to show them what my skills are. How do they do that?
Yeah, you can actually go to our website. It's nexthomestylist.com, and you can hop on the site there and all the details of the competition. We're taking entries until the end of April. It's April 30th. You do have to do a quick video for us because the winner will, or the finalists that we grab are going to have to do some really cool challenges, and they're going to end up being on stage. So you want to have a bit of a pep in your step, so to speak. So we do need a quick video. It doesn't have to be fancy. It could just be a YouTube video. So all the details are on that website.
Pep in your step, like you're not looking for like a clogger or a blogger, like one of those people that dance with the heels and the tap. Like that.
I don't think they need to dance.
It's no. Good at home decor as well.
Oh. Well, it might look for a hardwood floor. That might be useful.
Jill, is there an age barrier on this, or is it age limit at all?
No, not at all. We are open to all ages, genders, and we're just, like I said, we just want to find some people that have some great untapped talent and bring them on stage at the home shows.
I was just going to say, Bill, do you have any weird ones come in yet?
You know what? I haven't had a chance to look at them yet, so we may.
What made you do this?
You know what? Like I said, we're always, when we hire celebrities, we're really lucky to work with people like Brian Baumler and Paula France, Jeanette Ewan, who's out of Toronto. We like working with them, but we also know that there's so many amazing people here in Western Canada, in Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, and the rest of the province, right? So we like, why not work with someone who's local? And that's what we're trying to do is to bring some people to speak on stage and give advice that they're actually based here in Western Canada.
Now, I know you know this because you've been in this industry for quite some time, but way back in the day when I first started real estate about 10 years ago, people really didn't know what the word home stager or home stylist, they knew what a designer was, and that was a very luxury item for most people, and it's really changed in the industry the last few years. And so I take it you've seen that a lot with things like home stylists and home stagers.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's almost a must-do now when you go to sell your house. I mean, there's obviously, the Vancouver market's maybe a little different, but you need something a little extra when you go to sell your home, and working with someone who is, like we said, a stylist or a stager, whatever you want to call it, is always so helpful when you do go to sell your home, as you know. So having it look like camera ready and show home ready, right? That's the kind of services that these kind of people can help you with.
Now, I understand that the contest is open for entries up until April the 30th of this year. And if people want to enter online, they just go to nexthomestylist.com. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, nexthomestylist.com.
I was looking to be on Facebook, and they're going to put them on Facebook in June and August. So that should be interesting.
So,
yeah,
Jill,
you can also win we have an Urban Barn gift certificate for the winner, so a little shopping spree there. They're going to work with, like I said, with Western Living Magazine. Like, we're going to give them a ton of social media exposure, and then they'll get the opportunity to, present on stage at the Calgary, Edmonton, and Vancouver home shows this fall.
That's exciting.
Now, do you get involved with the different television shows and HGTV and the W Network, that sort of thing?
No, the home shows are really we're our own entity. Marquis Events owns them, yeah, and so we just we're there to help people that are looking to renovate and make changes to their home, and we hire their celebrities like Brian and those people.
Because I was thinking there might be a chance for Bill, Sherry, and Dwayne and myself.
Oh yeah,
Bill could come down and talk about how you would frame a Canucks jersey and put it over the mantelpiece.
We want to be able to turn around both sides, so you can see the number and the name of the player, as well as the front, which has the logo on it.
Well, you know what? That decorating style appeals to probably a pretty big section of the Vancouver market. So. And
let me have a guess.
Well, look at that. These people are all hurting their knees from jumping back on the bus.
And it's mostly guys, right?
No, there's a lot of women.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know what, Bill? You might know somebody in your office who might be a good fit for this.
I'm thinking I might. I just might. I'll have a chat when I get back to the office on Monday.
So as Jill says, go to the website, which is nexthomestylist.com, nexthomestylist.com, and you make your video and you send it in, and you'll be talking to them if they're finalists, right?
That's right. We're looking for 3, 1 in each city, and then we'll have them do a couple really fun competitions over the summer, and then we'll pick the winner by the end of August.
So it sounds good. April 30th is the deadline for entries, and again, the website is nexthomestylist.com. When is the fall home show coming to Vancouver?
The show is going to be October 22nd to 25th, and we're actually moving over to the Vancouver Convention Center. So
nice.
I'm really excited to be back there. So yeah, we got a little time. We had a little time to plan that.
Well, that sounds good. Well, I hope you get lots of entries, and maybe when you pick out the winner, you'll come on the show and announce who the winner is. What do you think?
That would be fantastic. We would love to do that.
Jill, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for taking time Saturday morning to be with us, and good luck with the contest, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being with us. That's Jill Kivett. She is the Regional Director for Marketplace Events, and they've got a great contest on. They're looking for Western Canada's newest home stylist. So
Very exciting.
So if you know somebody, or if you want to do it yourself, go to the website, which is nexthomestylist.com. Leave a small video, and you could be the winner, right?
That's right.
They're going to have 1 in each city.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Then
And
you
then
get
they'll
the
have a
stage.
finalist, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it's 22 minutes after 10 o'clock on the Radio Real Estate Show, and it's time now to say hello to Patricia LaPena, BC Regional Manager for Legal Shield. Patricia, good morning.
Good morning, Tom, and good morning, everyone. First off, I have to say how much I really enjoyed chatting with everyone on the show each week. We've had lots of calls from the listeners, most of whom we can help right away, but also they tell us their stories, and they say, gee, I wish I had known about you a couple years ago or 2 months ago or whenever their issue was. But we've also heard from some people that have said, you know, I walked away from my situation because I couldn't afford to use a lawyer through that. And I do know that we often have times where we have to walk away. It's just not an affordable option. But I want to remind the audience that Legal Shield can help with pre-existing issues. So if there's something there, please let us help you. But what I wanted to reach out to was to small business owners, specifically ones who have employees. I talk to business owners almost every day, and when it comes to employees in these companies, sometimes that's the biggest worry that they have. Always great to hire staff. It usually means your business is growing, but what do you do when an employee got injured on the job? How does that affect your business? This could perhaps bring up WCB matters, maybe other types of insurance issues. How about when you're faced with some financial struggles? Do you need to downsize suddenly? Are you laying off your employees the proper way? What if an employee comes back and says there's been a wrongful dismissal? Also, are you paying the right wages? Are you really considering the requirements for overtime? What if you have a lot of subcontractors? Are you clear on your liability? I know in the construction business, you probably hire on temporary staff like excavators, plumbers, electricians, maybe a cleanup crew. Most employers are needing to worry about the liability for all those extra subcontractors that you are hiring because they might not be on your company payroll, but you're still liable for them. What if your employees have issues like family problems or some of those frustrating everyday life events that we talk about? What usually happens is they bring it to work. Maybe you at one moment are the boss, and then at another moment you have a different hat on as psychologist or counselor. Or maybe they just talk to their coworkers. Then it becomes an office issue. Some employees take sick leave to deal with their issues at home, so absenteeism becomes an issue for you. And what about what we call presenteeism, which means the employee is physically on the job but clearly distracted, maybe looking for their answers on Google or calling their friends or just deep in thought? How does that affect your productivity in the workplace? We know that life happens at home. We know life happens in the workplace too. And we can help the employer, but we can also help the employee. Legal Shield has become the fastest growing employee benefit on the market in North America. Keep the calls coming. We love to help everybody. We're here to serve you. Have a great day, everyone. This is Patricia LaPena from Legal Shield for Radio Real Estate.
For more information, visit Legal Shield at 247legal.net. That's 247legal.net.
It's 25 minutes after 10, 10:25 on the Radio Real Estate Show and Smooth and Easy CL 650. Jill Kivett was our guest just a few minutes ago when we were talking about the search for Western Canada's next home stylist. And if you think that you might be that person,
that's an interesting competition.
If you've got something to show, go to this website, which is nexthomestylist.com. nexthomestylist.com. Leave a, what do you call it? Just a video? MP3?
Leave a video.
JPEG? What is that?
No, like a YouTube video.
Oh, a
it could
YouTube
be
video,
just
yeah.
something you've shot on your own phone. and make it fun and what you can do, and they'll pick the winner.
Yeah, and we'll announce the winner on the show in a few months from now, and you'll get a great prize, and you get to go on stage at the home shows. Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton, I believe. No,
they don't have one in the Okanagan anymore.
No,
no on the island.
No, because people don't have homes up there.
No,
I'm just kidding. Of course they do.
Really?
26 minutes after 10 o'clock, it's Radio Real Estate. Thank you for joining us in the next segment of our program. We'll be joined by Mark Perry, our Radio Real Estate voice of the Valley this morning. Mark will be on the line. He'll be chatting with us about some activities taking place this weekend in the Fraser Valley.
And I'll be chatting about some real estate, temporary real estate that will be out of this world on my Celebrity Real Estate Gossip Report.
Out of this world.
Out of this world.
I can't wait to get details. 27 after 10 o'clock. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Sherry Brown of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop. And you're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650.
Remember the last time your friends didn't help you move? Our family has helped move families and businesses around the world for the past 35 years. Redpath Relocations understands its needs of its clients. We offer walkaway service from your old office furnishings, donating them to local charities or environmentally friendly recycling. Check us out at redpathrelocations.ca or give us a call at 604-945-9910. Here at Redpath Relocations, we understand the business. We're always ready, always reliable.
Hi, it's Mark with EA Renovations Limited. I can turn your outdated house into something you'll be proud to call home. Whether you're looking for a new kitchen, bathroom, addition, or even a new custom home, look no further than EA Renovations. Let us create the home you deserve. Call 604-825-0789 today or visit earenos.com to arrange your free in-home estimate.
Hi, this is Bill Macklin of Dominion Macklin Mortgages. As a successful broker-owner, I have developed a team of mortgage professionals that support me and my clients. If you're confused with all the mortgage chatter of do's and don'ts, my mortgage team is ready to answer your questions to determine the best mortgage for you. Call 604-684-HOME. That's 604-684-4663 for more information.
CIL 650.
It's 29 minutes after 10 o'clock. Yeah, we're cooking this morning on the Radio Real Estate Show, eh? I like this music.
This is good music.
I figured I'd pick out this music to take us east today on Highway 1.
Really?
Yeah, we're heading out to the Fraser Valley.
How far?
Far as Chilliwack. About an hour down the road, 60 miles-ish. And
that's not bad.
That's not bad. You could be there in no time. We got the voice of the Valley on the line right now, Mark Perry. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
How are you?
We're great. Tom's got a little bit of a voice deactivation problem.
That sounds like he's got a couple of Q-tips up his nose.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, so Mark, listen, being the voice of the Valley, what is going on out there in the Valley this weekend?
Well, you know, folks, it's a rainy day out in the Valley. Lots of clouds, lots of rain. So I thought I'd pick a couple of things that we could do inside. And one in Abbotsford, a kind of exciting thing going on is the Fraser Valley model, the Plastic Model Club is having an exhibition of their build on Keratin Art Gallery between 10 and 3 today. So that would be kind of an interesting to do inside. And also further a little east on Chilliwack, we've got Viva España being performed by the Chilliwack Metropolitan Orchestra at 7:30 tonight at the Hub International Theatre. And one a little dearer to my heart is my friend Glenn Ringdole's Chilliwack Chiefs are playing in the second round of the playoffs, so BCHL playoffs against the Prince George Spruce Kings. We won last night, and again they play tonight at 7 o'clock.
Now, the Chiefs are getting pretty good response out there. Are the fans are backing them?
Fans are really backing them. You know, Chilliwack's a great hockey town, and we support our hockey team big, so it's a big community thing to go out and see, that's for sure.
So lots of stuff to do this weekend, of course, out in the Fraser Valley. Let's talk a little bit about Inglewood Courtyard. You had a great big celebration out there last week. You had all the dignitaries in.
We did. We had, I think, dignitaries. We had over 45 realtors come through. Today was an exciting day for a developer like myself because I get in and I see a subject removal here at the office for me, so I get to put a little red sticker up on the board. So congratulations to Tracy for that. So that's exciting news. We're about we're over 50% now sold. So we are really in the home stretch. Architects, engineers, and everybody doing their final inspections over the last couple of days. And I've got Miss Kathleen and her cleaning team cleaning the inside of the building. We hope to have occupancy mid-April. So lots of things going on today.
So with you, it's all about making people happy and those little red stickers, right?
It is always nice to see red stickers on the board.
Well, I've got Sherry here with us, as you know, and she is a realtor here in the Lower Mainland. Now, are you open to working with realtors?
Yes, of course, yeah. In fact, actually, we've been paying bonuses to realtors, so we want as many realtors as possible to come out and sell what we've got.
That's great. And I know that Chilliwack is just booming. And as you were saying, from what's going on out there, there's a lot of culture happening out in Chilliwack as well.
There's tons, you know. It's a great community. I mean, I'm a recent transplant of about 5 years ago, and I'm just so pleased and excited to be within the Chilliwack community. It's a friendly place and great recreational stuff, and prices are really reasonable here.
We always talk about, of course, seniors making the move out to Chilliwack, and, of course, Inglewood Courtyard is a seniors complex. But if you're not a senior, Chilliwack can still be a good place to live, right?
It's great. You know, the lady that actually purchased this week, she was moving down from the interior to be closer to her family. And that's what we see, you know. There's people, you know, it's a nice and easy place to live, that's for sure.
Well, all right. Now, somebody's thinking about coming out to visit you today, Mark. Tell us they're leaving from Vancouver. How do they get out there to Inglewood Courtyard?
So come east on the number 1 freeway. I've got 2 exits. The number 3 road exit has a big semi-trailer with a banner on it. Take that one and follow it towards Cultus Lake, and I have signage all the way through to bring you into Inglewood Courtyard. And if you miss the number 3 road, then take the Lickman Road exit. I know Tom, because sometimes he gets confused. He might miss the first one. But come Lickman Road exit, go southbound to Keith Wilson Road, take a left on Keith Wilson Road, and come all the way to the very end, and we're the community right at the very end, Inglewood Courtyard.
Well, sometimes I miss Lickman Road, and I end up on Luckakuk, and then I'm really confused.
Yeah, well, I won't give you the directions for that one, but
once I go through Abbotsford and go past Trethewey, then I really have no idea where I am.
It's an easy place to find, Tom. I'll put more banners out for you.
All right, we're looking forward to that. You and I will chat again next week, my friend.
Thanks. This is Mark Perry, the voice of the Valley for the Radio Real Estate Show.
For more information on Inglewood Courtyard in Chilliwack, call Mark Perry at 778-240-8513. That's 778-240-8513. Or go to inglewoodcourtyard.ca.
And if you're looking for something to do this week and you want to take the drive out to Chilliwack, it's not that far to get there. Go and have a look at Mark's complex. It's just a marvelous, marvelous project.
It's easy to get to.
It's very easy.
You know, you're blasting on number 1 highway.
Yeah.
Traffic is really good. You've got 3 lanes out there for a while. I think it goes up to what, 250th or 248th or whatever it is. And then you're back into 2 lanes, but you've got good traffic. If you want to do a little shopping on the way back, you can always go to High Street, which is the next largest shopping center in Canada.
Yeah.
So you've got that. So it's second only to in BC here. It's second only to the Metrotown in terms of size. So it's a good size. And then you keep on going out all the way out to Chilliwack, and you've got good traffic, good roads, easy to get to.
And take your fishing rod.
Could you?
You could. You absolutely. And if you want to get more information online, go to inglewoodcourtyard.ca. That's inglewoodcourtyard.ca. It's 10:34. This is the Radio Real Estate Show, and you got my interest. You got some out-of-this-world properties?
Out of this world. Oh. British songstress Sarah Brightman is going to go for some temporary real estate that's out of this world. She is going to space. She's the first celebrity to go to space. The trip is to the International Space Station, will only last a total of 10 days. Brightman would not disclose the cost of the trip, reportedly £35 million or $52.8 million. But she's maintained she's paying it herself. And she's the one who played the lead in Phantom of the Opera and was an original cast member in Cats, and she's sold more than 30 million records worldwide. Her husband is actually Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Oh.
Yes. On the journey arranged by the private space company Space Adventures, the singer will be part of a 3-person team and spend 10 days on board the space station. She's planning to even sing a song up there.
And how much is she spending in dollars to get there?
$52.8 million.
Obviously, some people have just a little bit too much money. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's almost like the gross domestic product.
Go build a hospital. Build a school. That's
exactly.
what I say. Build a transit system.
Do what the Sedines did.
What did they do?
To one of the children's hospitals.
Oh, did they? Oh, that was nice of them.
Yeah,
yes, and that's your celebrity real estate gossip.
And if you want to get more celebrity real estate gossip online, go to our website, RadioRealEstateShow.ca. That's RadioRealEstateShow.ca. You click on the icon, and there you have it. It's right there, right in front of you. It's 10:36 on the Radio Real Estate Show.
In the next segment of our show, we'll hear from Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages.
This morning we're going to chat about seniors financing, and I think we're going to go into a little bit of this secondary or B lender.
That would be a good idea.
Just kind of talk about it because it does kind of link with the
question.
With the question.
Wrong, yeah. 10:36. It's Radio Real Estate Show. I'm Tom Lucas with our co-host Sherry Brown of Remax Performance Realty, Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, and our producer is Dwayne Bishop. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house. It's the Radio Real Estate Show on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650.
If you've recently purchased or you're thinking of purchasing a house that is in dire need of some upgrades, then look no further. Hi, it's Mark from EA Renovations Limited. Fully licensed and insured, we'll turn your new house into a home you will be proud of. We do what it takes to ensure you're completely satisfied and make your renovation as painless as possible along the way. Call 604-825-0789 today or visit earenos.com to arrange your free in-home estimate.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Most people need advice on mortgage financing. We provide personal financial advice with no vested interest and at no cost. We're compensated by the lenders. We'll review your current financial situation to determine if you are ready to purchase. If not, we'll help develop a plan to put home ownership in your future. For more information, call 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
It's 10:38. Dwayne, our producer, just says, hey, look at that. It stopped raining. However, the rainfall warning is still in effect for the lower mainland today.
And on Sunday, you're looking at mainly cloudy with a 60% chance of rain in the afternoon. And on Monday, you're looking at rain with a high of 10.
It's going to be a wet weekend. Right now, it is 11 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
Radio Real Estate weather is presented by Legal Shield. Buying a home doesn't stop at the real estate agent. Movers, landscapers, hiring contractors, landlord or tenant strata issues, possible noisy neighbors. Know your rights. For more information, visit 247legal.net.
CIL 650. I found a piece of real estate and I'm gonna get me some land.
Oh, yeah. 10:38. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. And Sherry, we kept saying for I guess, weeks and weeks and weeks now, if you wanted to beat the spring rush, put your home on the market now. And spring is here next Friday. So if you want to beat the rush, you better really move.
Yes, you need to move. And especially if you're interested in houses right now and you're a buyer, you got to move quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly, or there's going to be an accepted offer on it.
Do you think there's still a lack of, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Houses?
Well, that's a good word. It was
There is
inventory. Inventory.
There is a huge lack of inventory, especially in single-family dwellings. So if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, really now is the time.
And I understand, too, that we were saying for the longest time, too, that the sale of condos and townhouses were down, but they're starting to come back to life, too, as well.
They are, yes. I was just talking with a client, a friend of mine. She's with a friend of mine, a realtor friend of mine, and yeah, they've already got an offer, and
Wow.
they just put their condo up in Coquitlam. So
And
we're just doing some financing for a condo down in South Surrey.
Really?
And, that place went really fast. So like it's so some of them are moving quickly, and if they're priced right, they're going to be sold.
So what you want to do then, number one, is go and see your mortgage broker, like Bill Macklem, and they can get a hold of you, Bill, where?
And get a hold of me at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-4663.
So if they never had a mortgage before, they come and they see you, they sit down, they have a cup of coffee, and you just start asking those questions, right?
I've had a number of people come in this past week who had never used a mortgage broker before. And
why?
And I asked them the same question. They said, well, we just didn't know what you were, and we felt comfortable going to our own bank. But when we're going to our own bank, even though we know that you will direct us to a bank, but you're our advocate, you're your consultant. And they said, we didn't realize that you dealt with everybody.
I guess another big question, too, is people come and sit down and they see a mortgage broker such as yourself, Bill, and they're thinking to themselves in the back of their mind, what's this going to cost me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel his hand in my pocket yet, but I know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And no, they don't, because the banks back in the late 90s, or early 90s, decided that, if they could pay guys like me finder's fee or a commission on doing a mortgage, and every time I bring the bank a client, they could actually start cutting down the cost that they have with their branch networks. No, not much different than what the insurance companies did back in the 70s and 80s, when you used to go to Walmanisa Insurance or Great West, or I guess maybe you could go to Metropolitan Life, Sun Life, and they decide, no, we're going to get an insurance broker, and then he'll handle all those people. Well, that's what the banks are thinking. Gee, wouldn't it be great if we could go to one broker and he would handle Royal Bank, TD Bank, Scotia Bank, maybe one of the credit unions, Surrey Metro. Well, now Coast Capital, of course.
So in most cases, if somebody wants to use the services of a mortgage broker, it is free in most
It's
cases.
free. It's free. Unless like this gentleman said earlier in the day, what is a B lender? Well, a B lender charges a fee, and because the banks don't do these kinds of deals, then that part of that fee goes to the broker as well as to the lender, because they're charging a fee up front to get the deal done. So that fee can range anywhere from 1% to 3% of the gross amount borrowed. And that's what that fee is for paying the underwriting team, which is the lender, and the broker that's supplying the client.
I'm sure a mortgage broker is much like a realtor. Like, people don't really realize how much work that you people actually do to earn your money.
And how much work we do before a deal's even ever written.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's yes, they don't know.
Well, I always use the story, Sherry, that you could be working with people for maybe 6 months to a year.
Yes.
You go with them every weekend looking for places. Then one Sunday afternoon at about 4:30, you get a call at your house.
Yes.
It's from your client. Sherry, guess what? We just found this lovely place and we just made an offer.
Yeah.
And you say, did you mention you're working with me? And they go, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that. Yeah. I've been fortunate. I've had that only happen maybe 2 or 3 times in 10 years. It's really too bad, because I know Bill's the same way. We work on loyalty. Bill and I work really, really hard to find you the best deal, and we're not getting paid to do anything else. So when we're working with you, we just, we request that you have loyalty, and if something comes up, you let us know, and we'll do what we can to be there. But yes, it is unfortunate when that happens.
My toughest group would be the teacher sector, the education section. Is that when we're doing a mortgage for teachers, for some reason they don't seem to understand that we're paid commission, so they just see us as another choice. And if we, like, I just had one, we had shown a client that they're just going to sell their house and buy another property, and we showed them how they could keep their house and take the equity out of it. And it took some explaining, because they had never done this before, and their level of expertise wasn't that great at that point. I mean, obviously it became a lot better. Probably spent 50 hours with them. Show them how to do the equity takeout on their existing home, buy this other property. I'm going to see them Thursday night. I get an email. After spending all this time, plus my staff. I mean, the 50 hours is my time, not my staff time. And they said, "Oh, well, thank you very much, but we're going to stay with our existing bank."
Yeah,
because they match the bank.
I was just going to say that, and very often I've had clients that they're just they're looking for that deal. They would prefer to stay with the bank, but then they use their mortgage broker to just get a low rate, and they run into their bank and say, "Oh, well, so and so will do it for this." So it's really too bad and unfortunate that unfortunately we have clients like that once in a blue moon, but it doesn't happen too often, which
you just
is
seem
great.
to tend to remember them. Like we look after about probably 1,000 people a year. 500 of them are doing mortgages with, and we remember all the good people. But that one person that didn't use you feel bad, because it's all based, like you said, it's all based on loyalty. It's based on the fact that we're looking after their best interests, and so you feel a little bit. What would be the best word? You're almost not taking advantage of, because that's not the word I'm thinking of. I mean, like, you just feel a little insulted that they didn't think enough of you to think that you actually provide an expertise.
Absolutely. And like I say, we work hard. We work all kinds of hours. And I do remember one particular client of mine. He was actually a family friend, and which even hurt more. But all this time I spent away from my kids and family dinners to drive him around, and then a couple months later he phoned me and said, "Oh yeah, I got an offer on a place," because the realtor suggested to him it would be better to go through him than to call his realtor, because there's those factors as well, where there's some other
You mean there are unscrupulous people out there?
Unscrupulous
Holy
realtors
jeez.
and mortgage brokers that say, well, if you go with me, you don't need to call her. You don't need to call your other realtor.
Vote for me and I'll set you free. It's 10:45. So if you're looking for a home, you want to go and make an offer, go see your mortgage broker, get pre-approved.
Get pre-approved, and we can do. You don't get pre-approvals. This is what I should tell you. You don't get pre-approved on a B deal. So if you're getting financing on a B deal, they only want to make the offer to you for financing once they know you've made an offer on a house.
Okay.
So you'd meet with someone like me, and we'd go through all the details of it. We'd say, okay, so we can do this, but we're not going to get a commitment until there's actually a deal in place.
So basically, when it is a B lender, you have to give it. The realtor needs to give it a good, significant amount of time in terms of qualifying.
But they also, once the deal's done with the B lender, they can close like tomorrow. I mean, they're not like the regular banks, which take 10 to 15 days for instructing and all that. Like B lender has got the money. They put the money aside. It's investment money. They put the money aside. They're ready. They don't want to leave it there too long because if you don't take it, someone else will.
So go see the mortgage broker, then go see the realtor, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, somebody wants to get in touch with Sherry Brown. How do they do that, Sherry?
They just go to my website at sherrybrown.ca, SHERI.ca. Brown.
B-R-O-W-N.
B-R-O-W-N. sherrybrown.ca, or they can call me directly at 604-970-6789. That's 604-970-6789.
Yeah. Everybody's looking for some money, money, money. Can you get money?
You bet.
You can.
Absolutely.
And money's at a pretty good cost right now, too, isn't it?
I tell you, I had a client come in. Another one this past week. Well, looks like I've had a lot of clients come in this past week, and we actually did. And she said, "Well, gee, I'm thinking I want to pay down the mortgage." So she's never owned a place. She's 38, and she said, "Well, I want to pay down my mortgage." And I'm saying, "Okay, so let me ask you this question. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be obnoxious. And what I say isn't right or wrong. It's just a different opinion. If you have a mortgage for 2.7 or 2.75, why would you ever pay it off? You mean to tell me that you don't have a place for that money that you have surplus, that you're going to pay down this mortgage, that you could put somewhere else?" The thing is that what people forget is that if they have control of that extra money and they put it into another investment, at the end of the 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, they could actually take that money and pay down the mortgage. I mean, it's not as if you can't do it. We're trying to just show, here's a different opinion. Either top up your RSPs, talk to a financial planner, talk to us. We'll show you some things you can do with your money. It's not all about paying down the mortgage.
So go see Uncle Bill. He will take care of you.
He will.
You're a good guy. Now, earlier in the show, you said you were going to talk a little bit more about money for seniors.
Yes.
And we have a lot of those folks that listen to this show.
Absolutely. And there's a number of programs. We're still talking about the CHIP program, the reverse mortgage program. They have two segments to it. One is just a straight, give me the cash. So you take a lump sum out. So you might have a $500,000 or $1 million home. So you'll take some money out, maybe $200,000, maybe $300,000. What you're trying to do with that money, what people don't realize, is that what you're trying to do with that money is you're trying to set up as an annuity, which means that you're not going to touch the principal amount. You're just going to put the amount that you're taking out of your house into a program whereby there's an interest feed. And that interest feed is he'll pay you either quarterly or annually, and that's part of your income stream. So maybe you don't have enough money for your retirement. Maybe you don't have enough money that is coming from your pensions net. Here's a way to get some extra money so you can stay in your home until such time as you think it's time for you to leave, as opposed to everybody else is telling you when you should be selling.
So it's a great way to top up your funds for living.
Best way to top up your funds. If you also have another one, which can actually give you a feed, they can do the feed themselves. And they'll feed you every month, and they'll give you money every month. So that's a different side of that same program. So there's two pieces to the program, and you either go down one route or you go down the other route.
And like you've said in the show many, many times, a person probably will live longer if they're allowed to stay in their own home.
Absolutely. I'm so shocked by the number of children pushing their parents into selling the family home and get them in so they can get the money out of it. And I'm amazed at that, because I'm thinking to myself, and Sherry will back me up on this, because we've had this discussion a number of times, is that the longer you keep the house is the golden goose. And every year it lays a golden egg. And if you sell that and go into a townhouse or a condo, there's nothing wrong with those. I mean, if the time is right for that, then the time is right for that. But before that, if you don't have to do it, the house keeps on increasing in value. So you can take some money out of that house every year to help you live your life, because the house is still moving up in value. Mm-hmm. So you're not losing anything.
Or what happens is mom and dad get a little on in years, and the kids will put mom and dad into a home, but separate homes. And that's not a good thing either, right?
No.
Unless, of course, your parents hate each other. But then, in most cases, they don't.
Well, don't forget, it only takes 2 signatures to get you put in.
Really?
Yeah, so make sure that you'll have one of your children always like you.
I think it really depends on their lifestyle too, and what they want. I mean, if some people who are living at home, they don't want to do the laundry anymore. They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. And if you can't get anyone in who on a regular basis, then there are other options where you can, maybe sell the family home and have that money for you. But what I'm finding is that, and I know you're finding this with a lot of your senior clients, is they're living longer.
Oh, way longer.
They're living way longer. And what do? You have to plan. So I know that, I've sent you clients before that are in their, late 50s, 60s, and that's a good time to talk to someone like you.
Absolutely.
Because you can help them plan, okay, what do you do when you live to, 94?
Yeah, my mom's still going at 93, so
yeah.
She's strong, and so she lived by herself in a 2-bedroom and den home, and or a condo, and so you're right. I mean, so they have that ability to just keep on going, and you don't want to stop that.
So seniors come in to see you, Bill. You sit down with them in your office, and what sort of questions are they asking then?
Well, first off, they look at you because most people have never seen a mortgage broker before, and I guess they're expecting warts to pop out or something, but they just don't know. And they come into our office, which is a professional office. They kind of go, oh, well, like you're not in the back of a moving magazine, a moving truck or something like that. It's a professional office. We have full staff. We operate like a small bank. We have full staff going in there, and they come in and they check you out. So I'm a sports fan, so obviously there's a lot of sports stuff hanging around, but it relaxes people. They're calm. They sit there, and then once they get a little bit relaxed, and we start talking about money. And because I've been doing such a long time, you're not trying to dazzle anybody. That's the last thing we want to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to educate. So the more I can educate and show people what they can do and what they can't do, and it takes time. I mean, I have some clients that have talked to me probably 25, 30 hours, and we haven't done anything yet.
I would imagine in some cases, too, you may have some senior citizens come in that have never dealt with a mortgage broker before.
Oh, absolutely.
They did it the old-fashioned way. Their moms and dads went to the bank, so they go to the bank.
There's nothing wrong with going to the bank.
Right.
I mean, we deal with banks all the time. I mean, that's where we get the money from. But the problem we got is that as the banking structure changes, and so the people at the front end are now starting to be not full-time but part-time because the banks are trying to save money on superannuation and all the support costs for staffing. Because what they're doing is they're moving that money that they used to pay to the tellers and to the managers and to all the financial people. Now they're sending that money to the VPs and the EVPs and the vice presidents of all these different companies, and they're paying them huge amounts of dollars. And so the people that you're getting at the front lines are not quite as experienced anymore. They're not quite have the expertise that they need anymore. And so people are coming to us because they get ticked off. They just said, I tried to tell this person didn't understand what I was trying to do.
I'm just curious, if somebody wants to become a mortgage broker and work with seniors, how do they go about that? How does one person become a mortgage broker?
Oh, you got to go to University of BC and go take the course on the real estate program and get your license. It's a threshold, but it's not easy. And you'll say the same thing, Sherry, becoming a realtor or a broker. You need to have a network of contacts that's probably going to take you'll probably make no money for a year to 3 years. And if you don't have enough money to cover you for the 3 years, I mean, this business is no different than going into a restaurant business, going to a fitness business. You don't get paid. You got to earn it.
Yes.
And it's going to take probably 3 years.
Same with real estate. Yes, people kind of tend to forget that this is a self-employed business. You are running a business, and you need to have some capital behind you, not only to pay your wage for your household expenses, but you also have to have capital behind you to advertise. And that's business.
Sounds like a good thing. So
yeah, it's a business, and if you're not ready to hang in there for 3 years, you won't be able to hang in there.
Go visit Bill Macklem. He's got cookies.
Yes, I had a client call me on Friday. Said, "Bill, I can't make it on Friday. Can I make it next Friday? And does your mom still have the cookies in the office?" I said, "Absolutely."
You can get expert mortgage information online by visiting Billy Mack. That's Bill. Notice that Billy Mack. Sort of like McDonald's restaurant, but not quite.
It's not Big Mac.
Not Big Mac. It's Billy Mack. That's VILLI, Mac.com. Billy with an I, not a YMCA.
Ooh.
Huh? There's another
Billy's
one.
people.
Village people, yes. Billy Mack with a Y, not an I.com. Or give Bill a call at his office, 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
This is Sherry Brown of RE/MAX Performance Realty with Bill Macklin, president of Dominion Macklin Mortgages, our producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy CL 650.
When you're planning a business move, here at Redpath Relocations, we understand the business. With over 35 years relocating clients all over the world, we work with you from start to finish. Our service is so good, you'll want to move again. Visit us at redpathrelocations.ca or give us a call at 604-945-9910. Make the right move by taking the Red Path. We're always ready, always reliable.
Home prices are out of control in Vancouver. Hi, it's Mark with EA Renovations Limited. Let us turn your basement or laneway into a beautiful new mortgage helper. Fully licensed and insured, we do what it takes to ensure you're completely satisfied. And we make your renovation as painless as possible along the way. Call 604-825-0789 today or visit earenos.com to arrange your free in-home estimate.
CL 650.
This old house is getting shaky, boys. This old house is getting old. This old house flits in the rain now, and this house flits in the cold.
Vin Jensen, our Radio Real Estate home handyman, is on special assignment today. I think he's stuck in a commode somewhere doing something.
Really?
He was telling me he has a problem with his cell phones. He keeps dropping them in the bowl there. And,
Ooh. Well, this is not an outhouse.
No. So now, if somebody would like to beat that springtime rush, what do they do, Willie?
Well, since spring is just about here.
Just about. Next Friday.
Get your home ready now and call Finn at Gentech Mechanical Installations, 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
Yeah, he'll put down his cup of tea and come right over.
After he picks up his phone.
After he picks up his phone, if he can dry it off in time. 3 minutes now before 11 o'clock, 10:57 on the Radio Real Estate Show. Our co-host is Sherry Brown of RE/MAX Performance Realty. And after the program today, you're all dressed up, Bill's all dressed up, so the both of you must be working today.
Yes, working. It's very busy out there for buyers, especially. So I'm working, and right now we're looking for listings. Laura and I are looking for listings. We've sold our last couple of listings, so it's. Yeah, it's very busy out there, and we need some products. So if you're thinking about putting your home on the market and not sure, but want an expert opinion, please feel free to call me at 604-970-6789. That's 604-970-6789. Or you can reach me by my email at sherry@sherrybrown.ca.
So if people are interested in making a move or at least finding out what their home is worth, you would come over and do a CMA for them?
Absolutely, yes. I go over full of information that will be incredibly interesting to you because it's all about your neighborhood and what's been sold recently and what's currently your main competition and how do we get the highest sale for your house.
And CMA stands for what? Comparative Market Analysis?
Yes.
Country Music Awards.
You got it.
What?
The Country Music Awards.
Oh, the Country Music Awards.
Not the Country Music Awards.
Oh, it's not the Country Music Awards.
No, it's not.
It's comparative market analysis or competitive market analysis.
And that tells you everything about your home and about neighbors' homes and the neighborhood?
It does, yes. Yeah? Yes.
How do you put one of those together?
You know what? It takes some time. So, again, it's behind-the-scenes work that people don't see what we're doing. They just think we show up and I'll have the information in my head. But it is a bit of a research process. It will take a couple hours to do a good CMA. And we research usually back a year right now just to see where the market trends are. And we come and then we base it on your house. It's always good to see your house. I don't know what improvements you've done comparative to the house down the street that sold for $10,000 over asking. So it's a really good way to get a pinpoint to sale price that will be work for the neighborhood.
So if somebody would like you to come over, Sherry, and have a cup of tea and maybe have a chat about their house, how do they get a hold of you?
They can call me at 604-970-6789. That's 604-970-6789. Or I'm always reachable by email, Facebook, Twitter. You can go to my website at sherrybrown.ca. That's SHERI brown.ca.
Well, now that's just about it for the radio show. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little private meeting over at the drugstore.
Yes.
You drive.
Yes.
Take me in to see the pharmacist. Get me some
spray for the throat.
I got to get something because I got to do this on Monday, and it's going to sound
You
awful.
need to get better.
But listen, guys, thank you for your help. Bill, Sherry, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Tom.
You're already dealing with a buyer on the phone
I am.
there.
I've got buyers that are wanting to know if subjects were off on something.
I just got a call. It looks like I'm going to go to Tawasin from here.
Oh, you really?
I've got a client to go see out that way.
All right. You're going to Tawasin. You're out there working, so have a wonderful day, Bill. Sherry, you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Tom.
Dwayne Bishop, thank you for being here, and thank you for listening to the Radio Real Estate Show on Smooth and Easy CL 650. This is Tom Lucas back on Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Have yourself a weekend. Thank you. Bye.
It's a paid program on CL 650.
Missing teeth? Tired of your dentures? Not sure which dental solution is right for you? Dr. Bobby Birdie can help. A certified specialist in periodontics and prosthodontics, Dr. Bobby Birdie can show you your options and assist in determining if dental implants, teeth in one day, or implant-supported dentures are right for you. Book your free consultation at bcperio.ca. That's bcperio.ca. Find your dental solution with Dr. Bobby Birdie and Dr. Ron Zokel. bcperio.ca.
And now, it's Boomer Life. Lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is Boomer Life on CL 650.
Wake up, little Susie, wake up. We both been sound asleep. Wake up, little Susie, and weep. The movie's
the Everly Brothers and Wake Up Little Susie. Good morning and welcome to Boomer Life here on CIL 650 as we were waking up with the Everly Brothers, hopefully after a really good night's sleep, because that's what we're here to talk about with our friends from Innovative Sleep Solutions in South Surrey, White Rock. Always a pleasure to welcome Dave Temlett and Terry Harder back to Boomer Life. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Sterling. Good morning, Sterling.
Terry, tell us a little bit about after the last show. You had some folks drop by Innovative Sleep Solutions.